20 days. She disappeared for that amount of time, and the moment she returned through the door, she was mid-shrug, mid-bite. A kitchen live feed transformed into a courtroom the moment she uttered a single syllable. Watch the video once more. Not the part that's loud. He stops chewing for a half-second. The tell is that. Before we get into the specifics, let's move quickly. You are all aware of the time. You literally won't hear any of what I'm going to reveal anywhere else on this app, so hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. Cool. Let's get back to it. No spin, just the bones. On November 3rd, 2025, Jonathan Porter, also known as Blueface, left Lancaster State Prison after completing around 21 months of a 4-year sentence related to a probation violation. A few weeks later, he appears on a Kick stream alongside Nevaeh Akira, his current girlfriend, future mother, and co-star in this culinary sitcom. She recently returned from a 20-day trip. He's upset about it. She is consuming food. While these two adults argue their entire household's future over a popsicle assembly line, a kid bounces on the couch in the background and begs for strawberry ice cream. That's the scene. Let's now examine what it truly says. I will not interpret just yet. All I'm going to do is write the words down and leave them. It was reported plainly by Hot 97. After sharing children with Jaden Alexis on Twitch with his fiancée, Nevaeh Akira, rapper Blueface announced that he was expecting another child. It's cool. Let's move on. During the Revelation webcast, Complex went one step further and wrote, "Both seemed shocked by the news." Blueface himself said, "You're having a Blueface baby." Whoa. Shocked. Thrilled. They seem to be thrilled about her pregnancy. Purportedly. Alright, quiet. After flashing the strip on stream, the Shade Room captured the test reveal moment in real time, presenting it as a Blueface and teasing baby number 3. Third, remember that count. We will return to it. Jaden Alexis, the mother of his first 2 children, is still closely associated with the entire brand identity of MILF music. According to a widely circulated Instagram statement, her camp's response is that she doesn't care as long as she understands and knows her place. Uncontrolled. Then Nevaeh herself stated it bluntly during a webcast about the due date discussion. And August 24th is my deadline, as I have stated numerous times. Set August 24th as the date. We'll revisit it twice. 21 months in prison. Published in early November. The stream lands inside the same window during pregnancy. For the actual release, his name is still trending. By basic math, conception occurs in late November or very early December due to the late August deadline. This likely occurred days, or perhaps a week or 2, after he left Lancaster. Go back and read that. Hold on, actually. Make a backup. The part is this one. This math is not accusing. It's only math. A positive pregnancy test appears to have been the man's first significant life decision made outside of a cell. It's not a scandal. There is a pattern there. Here, we create patterns. Therefore, it's not merely a vacation when Nevaeh vanishes for 20 days and then reappears in the kitchen 4 months later. The domestic gravity in the house went slack for the first time since he left. On camera, he actually says that. Why would you abandon me for 20 days? Then she responds with the line that has been silently replaying itself in my mind for the entire week. It's not selfish because you're still absent regardless of my presence. What's the distinction? Take a moment. Travel is not mentioned in that statement. The entire indictment is condensed into 18 words in that statement. She is not disputing her flight. She is informing him that his emotional and physical presence differ when he is on his own stream in front of his own chat. He doesn't respond to it either. He turns to face a popsicle. Before I understood what was going on, I had to watch this 3 times. Allow me to explain what I observed. The pivot of Rissa. In the middle of the dispute, Nevaeh, obviously attempting to alleviate the situation, calls Rissa the housewife. He concurs, refers to it as a living example. Then he says, "The only reason I say you could be better is you can control her a little," in the same breath. The forensic beat is that. During a discussion about whether she could be elevated from excellent lady to wife, the word control was casually mentioned twice. It's not flirting. That's the job description. The tangent of marriage. Observe the enthusiasm when the conversation begins to turn to marriage. He says, "I feel bad for any female that marries me," which I'm paraphrasing almost exactly from the video. "You become my wife if you believe it's too strict right now. I have the right to do so." After that, he stops talking. The trail off is important. The entire sentence is an incomplete sentence. He's not kidding. While she is 3 feet away pouring strawberry syrup into a popsicle shape, he is publicly negotiating with her over the chat. The callback reveals your address. "All you have to do to control him is threaten you to go back to prison and expose your address," she says, landing the cleanest hit of the entire stream. It's not a freestyle. That woman has been a student. He even admits it. "Since you've been gone, your ability to argue has improved. You've been gone for too long because of this." The man acknowledged on a live feed that her growth occurred as a result of her departure. She learnt more than 4 months of cohabitation from 20 days of stillness. The most depressing aspect of the entire conversation is real discussion, and no one is pointing it out. The same evidence from different spaces and perspectives. This entire narrative has been framed by the Shade Room's lane as romantic content, the revelation of a pregnancy test, a new automobile, and surprise streams. It seems like this couple is developing as a relationship. The soft frame is that. The shipper read. Within days after his release, Complex went so far as to carry the headline that he called out Jaden Alexis for alleged treatment while inside, tying the story into a post-prison grievance arc rather than a love story. The bitter frame is that Irene, hot new hip-hop, has been making subtle jabs at Jaden's side, portraying her as the calm rock who has already survived the turmoil and earned a degree. The graduation frame is that 3 thesis statements and 3 rooms don't match. The loudest comment I frequently come across in comment sections is this one. This was Nevaeh's choice. She was aware of who he was. She registered for it. Put an end to the sympathy party. Fair, to be honest. She's not being held captive. On a kick stream, she is an adult. I'll continue to steal man. However, as soon as you recall the popsicle scenario, the steelman breaks. A 4-year-old is in the room and constantly interrupts to climb on the counter in search of strawberries. There was nothing that child signed up for. And when Blueface turns to that youngster in the middle of a romantic fight and remarks, "Your mom's crazy, huh?" She simply assumed everything would be all right after leaving for 20 days, right? Because the youngster is being used as a witness and is unable to recuse herself, the section she selected for this crowd lacks a clear response. The algorithm-friendly version of this story finishes there, and the real story starts. Okay. Here's where I share my true thoughts with you. This is being reported by everyone as a case of cheating. The narrative is clean, commercial, clip-friendly, and involves a man doing dirt and a woman leaving for 20 days, returning and confronting the man. No, that's the pamphlet. Turn the lens over. Both of them are aware that the entire live stream, the kitchen, the popsicles, the toddler, the spider bit, and the dog catching the ball, is a stress test for the content economy. Look, Blueface just returned home. Due to a probation breach connected to a Las Vegas strip club shooting case in 2022, he was sentenced to prison. In the same instance, his initial probationary conditions required him to refrain from using drugs or alcohol and to avoid specified places. A parole officer could analyze every move he makes in public. He cannot afford to get into another altercation with the police. He can't afford another incident at the club. He cannot afford to appear unsteady. What is the only source of income that is still available? Kick. To put things in perspective, Kick is the same platform that allegedly dropped $1 million deal on Croction Rock earlier in 2025. For anarchy with a face attack, analyze the going rate. He's not a moron. Every fight you witness is simultaneously a product because he sees the competition. It's not only a husband's complaint as to why you would abandon me for 20 days. There is a lack of content. 20 days of platform algorithmic deterioration occurred while she wasn't creating clips with him. He speaks it aloud, literally. "You're the most infectious thing I have," they remarked. While she was preparing a popsicle for her youngster, he acknowledged it live. That isn't a partnership. August 24th is the date of that co-hosted IPO. The barbs from the opposition also write themselves. People, she's just after clout? They are outlining the position. People are missing the fact that he is a deadbeat with a quarterly profit report. The so-in-love crowd is viewing a conflict at work and labeling it romantic. The folks who are funding it are just those who enjoy it. Each hilarious comment they make is a micropayment. The entire thing is a nursery tied to a business. When the next blow-up stream appears within 72 hours of a quiet content week anytime between now and August, don't be labeling. Keep an eye on the calendar. Observe the metrics. The battles don't just happen. When the numbers decline, they occur. It's no coincidence that Nevaeh's reasoning muscles are getting stronger. They serve as the roadmap for the product, the version that flips the tables. This time, she stays for 10 days rather than 20, but she returns with documentation. They are neither married, nor is it a divorce. Prearranged custody, a distinct kick channel, and a standalone brand. Observe how she is already experimenting with phrases like, "You've confirmed so many things for me that I didn't want to confirm." That's not what a girlfriend would say. That is the practice for a deposition. She might not return to his stream the next time she departs. She may return to her own. And I can't stop thinking about the 5-year aftershock. In about 8 or 10 years, the child in that kitchen, the one jumping on the couch and requesting strawberry ice cream, will be old enough to Google himself. Every popsicle mold negotiation, every "your mama's selfish" video, and every "she left me for 20 days" tirade will last forever. Blueface and Nevaeh won't be affected by the cultural fallout from streamer parenting. It will fall on a child who is unable to unsee the section where his bedtime was made profitable. That's the price. No one is pricing it in. And when the first genuine custody clip leaks, the opposition, that is, the camp that is still marketing this as a redemption arc, a love tale, or a second chance baby narrative, will make a terrible mistake because they will continue to defend the brand while the receipts are being subpoenaed. What? That concludes the read. This is the only way you'll hear it, and you know why. Leave your frank opinion in the comments. You support Nevaeh. You take Jaden's side. You take the popsicle side. I'd like to hear everything. Click like and lock in to subscribe. The next one, which is about the August 24th countdown, is already in the pod, so ring that bell. Run it back.
Come on.